Thanks. We turn now to a story that we first brought you earlier today. Longmeadow police are investigating an incident from over the weekend that left at least 2 children injured at the Bliss Park playground. Western Mass News reporter Maria Wilson joining us in studio with the latest details. Maria.
Chris, Longmeadow Fire and Police Departments responded to several calls Sunday morning of a suspicious substance on the playground. They later learned it was a hazardous chemical that left at least 2 children with burn-like injuries.
It's an important thing, so it's scary that they would do something like that without thinking about the consequence.
How could anybody do that when the only people that are going to hurt are little kids?
Shocked and outraged residents reacting to a chemical dump that injured at least 2 children over the weekend. Officials now identifying the hazardous chemical that burned multiple children at Bliss Park in Longmeadow on Sunday. Officials say muriatic acid, a commonly used chemical to clean bacteria from pools, was poured onto 3 slides at the playground. At least 2 children received burns like these, which prompted an investigation by the Longmeadow Fire Department, the Mass State Crime Lab, the District Attorney's Office, and other state agencies. Longmeadow Police Captain Carl Mazzaferro tells Western Mass News when they started their investigation, police noticed what appeared to be a break-in into the pump room at the pool, directly behind the playground, where whoever broke in got a hold of chemicals.
They were able to scale a couple fences and then 2 fences, and they gained access into the door, so into the chemical area.
Mazzaferro tells us the perpetrators got their hands onto the hazardous chemical. Additional evidence was gathered at the scene and was sent to the Mass State Police Crime Lab for forensic analysis and fingerprinting, according to the Longmeadow Fire Department in a press release. And this isn't the first time this pool house has had chemical concerns. In 2018, a different acidic substance spilled but was contained to the pool building, and no injuries were reported. Mazzaferro tells us there are plans to heighten security around the pool until further action is taken.
So the Longmeadow Police Department will be having extra patrols. We've had extra patrols since this incident around the clock at the Bliss Park pool and the pool house area.
The playground has been cleaned, but it will remain closed for the rest of the week out of an abundance of caution. The rest of the park is still open. Reporting in studio, Maria Wilson, Western Mass News.